already. Oh, there's already so many people here. Hello, Duchess. Hello, Misty. Hello, Joy. Hello, Drew, who is in here as the Quats. For anybody wondering who that weird, creepy person is in chat. Oh, hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? Oh, already having fun chatting with all of y'all. So yeah, my first solo stream and my first time attempting a mini painting. So we'll see how this goes. I feel like I'm slightly insane. I'm here for 15 minutes to see how you do. Oh, hello, hello. Bearded bro. Hello. Yes, awesome. Good to see you. Uh, yeah, I'm curious to see how I do too. Yeah, so thank you all for joining me on my very first solo stream, painting my very first miniature. Yeah, I like Duchess. Yeah, we'll see how I do with this. So I've watched some YouTube tutorials. I've read some posts. I went to a local game store, got some tips from the lady who works over there. So we'll see how this goes. Hopefully it'll go well. I'm excited because it's Labyrinth. Yes, I am also excited because it's Labyrinth. So yeah, I'm doing Ludo today. My little Ludo. So yes, yay for all the Labyrinth fans in the house. I love Labyrinth. The board game wasn't my favorite board game, but I absolutely love the miniatures in that, and that is the main reason I wanted to keep this board game, is just because the miniatures in it, and I wanted to try to paint them, even though I had never painted a miniature before. Today's the day. I said that I would attempt a painting stream, a live miniature painting stream, once we reached 200 followers, which we did. So this is me making good on my promise to do a live mini painting stream. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I sprayed it with some primer. I tried doing, so there's never painted minis as well. Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell y'all what I'm trying to do. We'll see how well it works. So if anybody wants to attempt to do this themselves, you can watch and maybe learn from my mistakes if I do anything horribly wrong. And if something works out right, then you can learn from that too, maybe. This is kind of a learning stream for everybody. So yeah, we'll see. Thanks. So yeah, so I watched this YouTube video, and I always get the name wrong for the technique for spraying the primer on this, so I had to write it down. So it's called zenithal priming, and apparently it didn't really, I don't know that it came out that good when I tried to do it. So you're supposed to like spray it with a darker color and then like brush a lighter color on top. So they've got like these spray primers. I can kind of show y'all what I'm doing. Yeah, this is how to, how not to. Exactly. So yeah, you get to see what I'm doing and see how well it works and see if you would want to try this yourself. So yeah, so I got some of this, the Army Painter primer spray. I got one in uniform gray and then one in white is what I tried to do for the priming on this one. So from what I've seen, like, they recommend kind of priming it the base color. Oh, that's what you do with your first minis too. Awesome, Duchess. Do you do a lot of mini painting? You might be able to give me some good tips then. I am open to any tips. If I'm doing anything you're like, that is so wrong, please let me know. So yeah, I tried to do like the zenithal. I keep having to look at the word for whatever reason in my brain. Like I think of every single Z word except zenithal. Like I was trying to remember the word earlier today and I'm like, Zinfandel, no. Zanzibar, no. Zatarans, no. Like I just think of all these Z words except zenithal. I have to keep looking at it. I can't think of the word for whatever reason. That word just does not stick in my brain. I really want to call it like Zanzibar or Zinfandel. I don't know why. So if you hear me refer to it as that, just know I'm talking about that. Zatarans, right? Yes, that is one of the things I was thinking of too. You might have watched the same video. Yeah, it's like one of the first ones that popped up on YouTube when I was looking up like how to do this. So yeah, you probably did. So yeah, so I started with gray and then I just kind of brushed white on top. It didn't really show up as much on Ludo here. You can kind of see like the top's white, but since he's hunched over, it's like he's just kind of got snow on his back right now. So it's supposed to kind of help bring out some of like the highlights naturally when you're painting over it. It kind of shows through, supposedly. We'll see how well it actually works. I don't know. So yeah, and then I just took, like, you can buy holders for your minis, but I just used a little medicine cup thing and got some blue poster putty and just slapped it on there. So yeah, this is my fancy holder for the day. I love Ludo too. Ludo's my favorite. Okay, so talking about Ludo. Here's my little Ludo pop figure I have. I have him joining me today as part of my inspiration. Oh, and Lacey's wanting love right now. I might let her in and let her sit on my lap if she's not going to disturb me while I'm painting. We'll see. So Drew, this is Drew's first attempt at making a crocheted hat. This was supposed to be for a human. This was supposed to be his first attempt at a human-sized crochet hat. Sorry, Drew. I'm having to show this because it's Ludo's hat now. So yeah, it's perfect size for Ludo to have a little beanie. It's a little fuzzy, but yeah. So Ludo is rocking it with his little crocheted beanie. Drew's first attempt at crocheting a hat. Duchess says, I use pill bottles too, and the blue putty, awesome. You're on the right path, according to me. Okay, good. I'm glad to see that. It shrank in the dryer. It just shrank in the making. Yes, it is a Ludo hat. I have him. Oh, and a stuffy of him. Oh, that sounds amazing. And probably everything made Labyrinth-wise. I love Labyrinth so much. That is one of my favorite movies. Yeah, it's a pretty close tie between Labyrinth and The Nightmare Before Christmas for me. Like, both of those are two of my favorite movies of all time. Anyone else want a hat for their pop figures? Yeah, Drew's got you. So that's Drew, the quats in the chat. So yeah, he's very good at making pop figure hats. Oh, do I try to let Lacey in? Is she gonna totally? I could try to let Lacey in. We'll see how this goes with me trying to paint with a cat on my lap. Let's see. All right. Since Lacey never comes in for our she's hollering. Yeah, could you hear her meowing outside the door? Paint the cat stream. Yes. Yeah, so since Lacey never comes in for our later, you want to come up here? She's our bigger girl. Come on, you can do it. She doesn't always like to try to jump on my lap. She wants me to like pick her up and put her on my lap. Come on, there you go. So here we go. We got Lacey. We'll see how well I can paint with Lacey on my lap today. Why not just add more challenge? A bunch of cat fluff because she is very fluffy. So yes. So here's Lacey. We'll attempt painting with a cat on my lap. Because why not? It's like a raccoon. Yeah. She doesn't always make it into our other streams. Usually you're seeing Dinah and Juju and Apollos in our other streams. But here's our third cat, Lacey, who likes to hang out on my lap during the day. Thank you. Yeah, she's my baby. She's my big baby. You probably can't hear her. She's sitting on my lap just like purring her head off right now. She just loves to just sit there. So she should hopefully behave for the most part. We'll see what happens. She is a chonk. All right, I'm gonna try to play some music too because I have to have music in the background while I'm painting. So we'll try like this ambient music. Let me know how the volume is. If I need to turn this up or down at all, but we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I got water, I got paint, I've got brushes. That's all you need, right? That's all we need. You're not streaming solo. Looks like Drew is also there. Is this look like Drew? He's so fuzzy. I mean, Drew's in the chat. Drew is the quats in the chat. I mean, and technically he's here in the other room, doing work or pretending to do work on the chat. Yeah. Drew's watching. He couldn't not join in on the chat while yeah, work. He's working right now. Working while hanging out here. But then again, I think there's a lot of people who work while hanging out here. So nothing wrong with that, aren't we all? Yeah. exactly. Like, I'm working right now. Yeah, this is totally me working. Yeah, Joy's also working. Yeah, this is a fun chill work stream today. So yeah. Painting. We're gonna try this. So I bought like this giant, the mega painting set from the Army Painter. Might have been too much to start with, but I like having options for paint. It wasn't like a cheap set, but I like options. I'm on a small break. I can't work while watching. Yeah, I get that. So when I was at our friendly local game store yesterday, I was chatting. It's called Gamers Gems, and I was chatting to one of the owners there and telling her what I'm doing today. And I'm like, okay, so I'm doing a painting stream, and I've never done this before. And she leads like these painting nights over there. I haven't been able to make it to one, but she's like, oh, okay, I've got you. So she was like telling me like what colors to use and everything. She is so sweet. So she's like, okay, you use Monster Brown for the fur and Oak Brown for the darker bits like his horns and his face, and then use a strong tone as a wash. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. So that we're gonna try it and see how it works. Yeah, options are always good. Yes, they are. The Duchess is at work as well. Which set? Oh, it's the let's see if I can show this without dumping everything out. I've got it open over here. It is the Army Painter Mega Paint Set. Let's see. I'll try to just take that cover off to show the cover. Alright, so it's this set. It's a pretty big set. So yeah. There's a lot of paints. It came with 50 paints, 39 acrylics, 4 washes, 5 metallics, and 2 effects paints. So we'll try to use 3 of these 50 today. Maybe. We'll see how it goes. That'll last a year's good. I would hope so. And hello, James. How are you doing? Let's see. No, Ludo's not a monster. Did somebody say Ludo's a monster? Did I say Ludo's a monster? Ludo is not a monster. I love Ludo. Ludo's my favorite. Yeah. I'm pretty excited about all the colors that came in this set. Oh, that would be cool if I could get you into painting. Yeah, I mean, hopefully this goes well, and hopefully I'm not like in tears by the end of the stream. Like, why did I try doing this? I mean, I doubt that'll be the case. I mean, I'm pretty excited. I've been wanting to try this for years. So we'll see how it goes. And then I attempted to make my own wet palette because I was looking up that you should use a wet palette, and I've never used wet palette before. Have you primed? Yes, James. I tried to do the Zenithal priming, but I used uniform gray with white at the very top. So this is what it looks like now. Probably could have gone a little darker, but we'll see how it goes. Actually the uniform gray I used is almost the exact same color that like the mini was before, so it was hard for me to tell when I fully like coated him because the gray was pretty much the same color gray that it already was. Hello, the whole card. Oh, wet palette is nice. Oh, you haven't used one. Okay. Oh, and thank you, Drew, for shouting out the whole card. Yes, I believe I did make you. Yeah, I made you a mod on here. You should be. Messed you up. Uh-oh. The whole card is scheming with Misty. Always good. Okay, Duchess made her own wet palette. Nice. Oh, good to know. So I'm not sure if I even made my wet palette right. I don't even know what a wet palette should kind of be like because I've never used one. I tried looking it up online. It might be totally wrong. And I might just buy one eventually, because I know you can buy them. So somehow it's already got cat fur in here. And Lacey's not even sitting on me anymore. I don't know where she is. Yeah, she's chilling in here somewhere. She'll probably want to leave my room in a second. Oh, there she goes. She was in my closet. Oh, are you wanting to leave? No, she's just wandering around. She's fine. She's going back in the closet. Yeah, she wants to hang out on my lap, and then she just wants to like chill with me, which is fine. Although she manages to make cat hair go everywhere. And let me know, can you hear like the music in the background at all? I've got it playing, but it's like very ambient sounding music, so I'm not sure if it's loud enough to even come across on the stream at the moment. So yeah, so I made... Okay, you can hear it. Cool. Here, let me kind of show you. This may be totally wrong for how... Very quiet and soothing. Good. Yeah, that was my plan. You know, try to go very Bob Ross. Thank you, MC Hunter, for resubscribing. You're awesome. Thank you so much. And thanks for being here. How are you doing? Okay, so we'll see. Figured, you know, nice chill stream. As chill as I can be, because I'm a bit of a spaz at moments and I go crazy. So we'll see how this goes. But I think when I'm painting, I can be pretty chill. We'll see. We'll see. Alright, so this is what I did. I'll show you my attempt at a wet palette. And you might look at this and like be cringing if you actually know what a wet palette is supposed to be like or look like, because this might be totally wrong. So this is what I did. So I took a Tupperware, put like some wet little paper towel things at the bottom, and then put some, oh, what is this? Parchment paper just cut out on top to make the wet palette, and just put water in there and dumped out like the excess. So I'm not sure how well this is actually going to work. We're going to try it. This is my attempt at making one. Like, the parchment paper is old. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, James. Hello, Mayor of Canada. Oh, yeah, yeah, so I put a reference photo of Ludo for anybody who doesn't know what Ludo should look like, and also for me to remember what I'm painting. So here's my little Ludo I'm painting today. That is a picture of me. Yeah, and that's why I love Drew so much, because who doesn't love Ludo? Multitasking, working, and watching you. Win-win. Awesome. Oh, that's what you did too, Duchess. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, because they had a wet palette at the game store I went to, but it was kind of expensive. I mean, for something that I could potentially just make myself, especially since I'm like, okay, I don't know that I'm gonna love this. I've already invested like over $100 in just paints and stuff, which I tend to go overboard very, very easily when I'm trying a new hobby. I want to invest like all the money in a new hobby, even if I haven't tried it yet. I did that recently. I was trying to get into like clay sculpture. So I bought all this clay, all these like sculpting tools. And then I'm like, I don't feel like sculpting things. That's a lot of work. And I'm not that good at it. So they're all just kind of sitting there. I might try to do it eventually. But I'm like, okay, for now I'd like to do something already pre-sculpted and just paint it. Wow, this music is starting to get kind of bizarre. Ludo rocks. Ludo and Rocks Brothers. Oh, I can quote the entire movie. Nice. Looks like you need a refill on the medical puff puff. No. This one doesn't need a refill. Fit the labyrinth. It does fit the labyrinth, doesn't it? Alright, so we're gonna try this. Like, I'm not really sure like the best order to go in for how to paint things. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, James. I'm thinking just going in with like the fur color, because he is mostly all fur. Careful not to drink brush water. Yeah, that is why like I have very different drinking. So I made sure to just get a bottle of water, and my brush water, I don't know if you can see it as well. It's, here, put it on this camera. It's a Hello Kitty cup. So very Very different cups. Yeah. College of Nightmares, yes. Yeah, I make sure to have, I've seen people who have like, they use like a mason jar both to drink out of and to have brush water side by side, and it's like, no, no, no. No, that is asking for trouble. So thank you, James. Thank you for the hydrate. And I need to hydrate my brush as well. So yeah, I'm thinking of starting with just the fur color because that is like 95% of Ludo is just his fur. So if you paint a lot, it will eventually, like, maybe happen. Maybe. I've never had it happen yet. I've done a lot of like watercolor painting before, and I may try to attempt a watercolor stream at some point. 60% of the time, it happens every time. Yes. I may try to do a watercolor stream at some point. I kind of go off and on in watercolor painting. Let's see, what are we gonna try? Monster Brown. Usually start dark and dry brush lighter and lighter. Interesting. Okay. But jump right in. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just try it and, you know, see what happens. Just, I mean, luckily he's mostly just brown and furry, so long as I paint some brown on him, we should be fine, right? Right. I think so. I'm just gonna keep convincing myself, yes. Okay, Monster Brown, yeah, that's what I was gonna try. Alright, so it says shake it up real good before you use one of these things, so we're gonna shake it up. I wish these had like the balls in them or something like some other paints do. Where is the reverse apron you put on to paint? It's time for search for spark. I actually do have a painting apron on the back of my door, but I'm trusting myself to not make a huge mess and not need to wear it. I mean, I don't know that I've ever actually worn it. I have one. I just prefer getting the mess all over me and then being like, well, should have been more careful. Thank you, James. Thank you. Okay, so then it said, like, when I was reading this, you're already a professional. Everything from here on out should be quoted as the only way to paint a mini. I don't know about that. I've never painted a mini. I've done other kinds of painting. I could give tips for other kinds of painting, but being as I've never done this, I wouldn't consider myself a professional in mini painting. Yeah, famous last words. I won't make a mess. Yeah, like my famous last words have happened multiple times. Like, how hard could this be? I'm not gonna make a mess, but yeah, we'll see. You can buy balls to put in, which I picked up. Oh, are the balls small enough to fit in the nozzle? Oh, or do you have to like take the top off of this thing somehow to drop one of the balls in there, Duchess? Is that how it would work? Because I thought I saw that some of the kits. Why is my cat white? Yeah, we'll see. Sock puppets. Yeah. Oh goodness, yes. I have some amazing ideas for streams. So yeah, I saw that some of these kits actually do come with like the balls that you can drop in there, and I thought I was getting one that had the little shaker balls in there. But apparently I changed my mind and went with one that had like even more paint, which apparently didn't come with the shaker balls. So yeah, there's that. And it said to like squirt out before you use it for the first time, because occasionally sometimes there is like just some of the stuff at the top that needs to come out. Although this looks very painty to me, so I'm gonna say that there's not a lot of just, I forget what they call it, the stuff that mixes together with the paint. So yeah, so we'll just drop this on the palette, get our brush, medium, that's the word. Thank you, James. Paint medium. Words are hard. Yes, you'll be fine with that. Yeah. I mean, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Okay, dropping some paint in here. I don't really know how much I need, so I'm just gonna start with a little, and I figure I can always add more in here as I need more, unless I start like mixing things together. But YOLO, right? All right. I'll try to start with the brush that came with the kit. So this kit, it's a bit of a smaller brush. I might want to larger one because this is a lot of area, but we'll start with this one and see how this one works. Goes further than expected. Okay, good. Yeah, so I just put a little drop on there, so we'll see how much this little drop covers. So yes, this is I'll put it down here. Yeah, this is the brush that came with the kit. Larger brush for large area. Yeah. So yeah, I might want to use a larger brush. So I've got a bunch of just like random brushes lying around here. Let's see. Do I want? Let me see. What kind of brushes do I have? This one's not that much larger. Okay, is this one larger? This one's a bit larger. We'll try. We might try this one. This one's a little bit larger, I think. Because I don't know that I want too large. We'll see. We'll see. We'll just start using it. We'll see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right? So get some water, get some paint, start slapping it on this little puppy here, and yeah, we'll see what happens, right? So yeah, first time attempting a mini painting, so yeah, I have a feeling I might need let's see, a couple coats. Where should we start? Should we start on his back, on his front, on his side? I don't know. We'll just pick a spot, start somewhere. I'm gonna start on his back. Here we go. Look, haha. Pro tip: don't mess up. Thanks. And look, he's already turning brown. Look at that. Hey, this is really kind of fun. Look at that. And boom, just like that, Ludo's turning brown. Whoa, I did it. Look, you could do this too. If I could do it, you could do it. I need to be able to see my little Ludo on the side over here. He's my inspiration. He needs to look at me. There we go. Success. Thank you. No turning back now. Exactly. I gotta keep going at this point. Like, at this point, we gotta keep painting Ludo's fur. This is actually kind of fun. I would recommend this. Oh, thanks, Joy. Don't be afraid to mess up. You can always repaint. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot of people saying. So that's kind of, you know, what helped encourage me to start doing this. Because I was always afraid of messing up one of our miniatures. But, like, the thing is like, even if you do mess it up, I mean, isn't it still going to look better than just having, like, a plain gray miniature? And I'm sorry if I start, like, putting it where you can't see it. Because, like, I'm looking at it, but then I'm not looking at the screen to make sure I'm not, like, putting it where you can't see it while I'm actually painting it. I should actually, like, pay attention. Bob Ross turned mistakes into happy trees. Exactly! Exactly. And Ludo just wants to be friends. So, you know, you got the happy tree friends. You got the Ludo friends. Oh, yeah. Lydia Ross, yeah. Exactly. Like, I'm already liking this more than just the plain gray Ludo. Exactly. Like, even if you mess up the paint, it's still better than plain gray. I mean, unless you just really like plain gray, I guess, and more power to you. Yeah, but even at the store I went to yesterday, the lady there was so awesome. She was showing me, like, all these things that she had painted. And she was just showing me how, like, even just, like, doing, like, just a dry brush over, like, a primed figure just already just makes it look a million times better than just the plain figure by itself. Get some water on here. Yes, Misty, get some paint. Yeah, you don't have to start with the giant kit like I did. I like to, you know, go all out with primed dry brush is great, or primed and washed. Yeah, so, like, there's all these fun techniques that, you know, I'm working on trying to figure out how to do all this stuff, but you're seeing me trying it out for the very first time, and it's not too complicated. I mean, I think it definitely helps that I picked a character that is pretty much just mostly all brown. So, I purposely picked one that would be an easy one to start with. Can be simple or hard as you want. Yeah, exactly. And I figure, you know, I'm going to start simple for my first time trying this. But, like, I'm already liking how this is turning out. It's already kind of looking a little more like Ludo. So... Oh, nice. Let's see. I'm putting a wash on my Scythe minis. Just the wash makes them look awesome. That is cool, Duchess. Yeah, that's another one. Like, we've got so many games with minis that I want to get around to all of them eventually. Like, that's a great idea to be able to do them kind of, you know, just quickly get them looking good. And not just so plain and boring. And James says, oh, your first minis were the Mice and Mystics minis. And then did Tiny Bit RM meeples? From Tiny Epic Quest. Oh, okay. Tiny item meeples. Okay. Nice. Yeah, there are so many things that you can paint. Like, yeah, we do have Mice and Mystics. We haven't had a chance to play that one yet. It's still, like, completely unopened. Just because we're trying to get through some more of our other games that are legacy style games before we get to that one, because I believe that one's a legacy game as well. But yeah, there's so many games. Like, I want to paint our Gloomhaven characters because we're playing Gloomhaven right now. I want to paint the side ones, and then yeah, there's the I always forget the name of. Why do I always forget the name of the side one for kids? My Little Scythe. That one, My Little Scythe. I really want to paint like the My Little Scythe characters in there too because they're adorable. Started is that a teenage? No, TNMT game. It's about half painted. Why am I thinking that stands for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? But that would be TMNT, unless that's what you meant. It does. Okay. Wouldn't that be TMNT? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I assume everything's turtles related. Okay, wrong order. Okay. I thought that's what you meant. And then I started questioning myself. Okay. That's awesome. That's fun. Yeah, I feel like there's just like so many games that just have fun things to paint in them. Like, even if the game's not the best game out there, you know, just being able to paint some of the, if they have good minis, you got a fun little thing that you can display and be like, look what I did. This is cool. Yeah, I was kind of just relaxing, sitting here, just stroking Ludo with a paintbrush. Drew watching Frozen. Where are the turtles? Yes. Everything needs turtles. So I feel like I may have added a little too much water into some of this paint. I could always just add more paint though. But I don't know. From what I was seeing, it's better to start with thinner coats of paint and not just like glob it on. So that's what I'm trying to do. Let's see. Drew watching Lord of the Rings. When do the turtles show up? Exactly. When we watched Frozen, I was concerned Batman was going to take her down like he did Mr. Freeze. What? What? Drew, what are you talking about? Two Thin Layers is Duncan with GW Major Painting Pretty. Oh, is that what you're supposed to do? Two Thin Layers? I feel like I saw something about that. We'll do Two Thin Layers. This is how I do my eyeshadow. Light layers, you can always put more on. It's more annoying to take off than do it again. That makes sense. That makes sense. I just don't really do much eyeshadow. He is well-known painter and game workshop. Well, you know, I should probably start learning this. Thank you. That sounds like a good way to do things. Also how Drew does his eyeshadow, that's good. Oh, and Joe says, same concept, use primer and brushes. Drew's makeup was on fleek last night. Well, yeah. So see, like painting minis is just like doing makeup apparently. See, I am not a pro makeup person, unlike Joy, who's much better at it than I am. Just don't have the patience for doing like a lot of good makeup stuff. I love the way it looks. Oh! And Peebles! Thank you so much for the raid. Let me pop over. Welcome the raiders. Hello raiders! Hello M Peebles! How are you all doing today? Welcome, welcome. How exciting! How are you all doing today? Sorry, trying to catch up with chat here. Oh, thank you for the follow, Ravnos. I'm sorry if I butcher anybody's names. I'm horrible at pronouncing names. So welcome. I am Lydia. I am half of Tail Wagging Games. Doing my first solo stream today and my first miniature painting stream of me painting my first miniature. So, welcome. How are you all doing? How did everything go on your channel today, M Peoples? I think I briefly saw you were playing Cartographers, if I remember correctly. How did that go? Thank you for the shouting out, M Peoples. Yeah, if anybody's here. Oh, thank you so much for the subscription. Oh, that was so sweet. Thank you. Thank you very much, M Peoples. You're the best. Yes, thanks for shouting him out. Welcome, Raiders. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything here. Oh, James was saying his first minis were painted too thick, but he was mostly happy. Oh, good, 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 good. Oop, oop, oop. I am messing up my scrolling here. Sorry. Ooh, wow. I forgot how to scroll. Here we go. Awesome. Came 3rd out of 3. But yeah, and people, you were the one hosting the stream, so therefore, I mean, you automatically win for being the person streaming, right? I mean, you win for being awesome and having a game that people can play along with you. Still bronze medal. Exactly. There you go. Participation award. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you were the one supplying a game so people could play along. So automatically, you're a winner just for doing that. No Town 16. Awesome. There you go. So it's yeah. I mean, everybody's a winner, right? So long as you're here and playing and having fun, you're a winner. So yeah, so welcome everybody. I don't usually do painting streams. This is my first one. So today I will go ahead and show you, I'm painting Ludo from the Labyrinth board game. I'll zoom back in a second here. So yeah, I've always, chat is the winner, yeah. Yeah, I've always wanted to try doing miniature painting. So actually attempting it for the very first time today. So this is kind of like a learning stream at the moment where you learn from my mistakes if I make any, because I'm figuring this out as I go. And I'm learning from y'all who know how to do this better than I do. So feel free to give me tips if you've ever done this before or just learn along with me. Doing great so far. Thank you. Thank you so much. And we do, for anybody who's new, oh, thank you so much for the follow. So yeah, so for anybody who is new here and who has never been here before, we usually play board games here. This is our first one not playing a board game. But I mean, it's still board game related. I'm painting a mini from a board game. But yeah, so we usually play board games on Tuesdays at 4:30 Central. We do teach and plays, and then usually Thursdays or Fridays we'll have a play along stream of some kind. I'm glad you're learning with me. Thank you. So yeah, so we'll go back to my painting for right now. So okay, so here we've got my little Ludo that I'm painting here. which for anybody who just joined, any other Labyrinth fans in here at all? I absolutely love The Labyrinth. One of my favorite movies. I think I might need to drop a little more paint in here. But yeah, I mean, I got the game because I love The Labyrinth. Oh, ban the last follower. Yeah, I was wondering that. All of our followers lately have been like these bots. Thank you, the whole card. Yeah, that's why I didn't actually say the name when I saw the follow. Drew, are you able to do a ban, or Joy? While y'all are in here for that Haas 00312. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, there have been a lot of those bots lately, which is very annoying. So yeah, thanks the whole card for helping. It's hard to keep up with how many followers are actually bots. I'm hoping that eventually Twitch can do something to, thank you. That eventually Twitch can do something to stop all these bots from being able to do all this stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so back to painting. Quick question. Did you prime the mini? Yes, Wim, I did. I don't know if I did it well, but I did. It's just I primed it almost the exact same color that it already was. So that's why it might be hard to tell if you know what these looked like before. It was almost this exact same shade of gray. So yeah, I primed it pretty much the exact same color. Thank you for the lurk, and Peebles. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the sub. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. You're awesome. Enjoy your lurk. Oh my goodness, Misty. So a few months ago, you got a 1,000 bot follow at one time. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. So you had to go and like literally ban 1,000 bots from your channel after that happened? That sounds so incredibly annoying. All right, I'm gonna put another drop of this paint in here real quick. Since I needed like another drop. Oh my goodness, that sounds horrible. And Twitch wouldn't do anything about it. Man, I feel like they've got to be working on something for this, right? I don't know. I'm not Twitch. I don't know what they're doing, but I would really hope that they're doing something to work on this, because I don't. Has it always been this bad? Like, we've only been streaming for a few months now. Oh, does Wim help with that? That is very helpful. Wim, you're amazing for helping them with that. Yeah, have these bots always been this bad? Because yeah, we've only been streaming for a few months, and it seems like they're getting worse lately. I mean, and maybe it's just because the more followers you start getting, the worse they start getting. Oh, need a little more water for this. But I don't know. I don't know if there's like a rhyme or reason for how these bots work. But yeah, they're very annoying. I do not like them. So typically bots are random words with numbers or two random words together. I mean, that's annoying. Like, I feel like sometimes people's actual screen names, though, could be a random word with numbers or two random words together. I always feel that because I'm like, oh no, what if it's an actual real person? I don't want to, like, ban a real person. Oh, thank you, James. I'm glad Ludo's looking good, and I'm sorry if I keep like moving it. I could try to move my camera to be more where I'm painting. There we go. There we go. This might be a little better. I've got like cat fluff up here, trying not to get cat fluff in the painting. So you can set up your stream to block new accounts. Oh, like somebody who just made an account? That's interesting. So at what point is it not considered a new account anymore? Like after it's been around for a while? Like several days? Or... That is very interesting. On Instagram, they started spelling words differently to get around blocks. Oh, they always find a way. Oh, that's so annoying. Or have follower-only chat. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen people do that too. But, I mean, the bots follow. So does that actually stop them if you make follower-only chat, if the bots are still following? Hand tattoo. Oh, did you see the hand tattoos? Yes, this is from yesterday's stream. I still haven't taken it off yet. But Matt was in here on yesterday's stream, and he donated $25 to Extra Life, so that put on 5 of our temporary tattoos. So yeah, so if anybody donates again, we're still doing the hand tattoos for people who donate, just because we have so many left over. And it doesn't always pop up, so if anybody donated, let me know. Because I don't always notice it, because it doesn't always pop up for some reason. Time roller. I have several friends that have been having hate raid problems lately. I've heard of that happening more and more, which is so frustrating. Like, we thankfully have not had that happen yet, but like I just keep hearing about it happening more and more and more, and I do not like that. I wish that it would stop. There's got to be a way to be able to put a stop to that, I would think. People are awful who do that sort of stuff. I don't understand why people would want to do that sort of stuff. Alright, gotta paint Ludo's bottom here. Most chatbots are only 1 to 2 days. Interesting. Good to know. Yeah, technically we could turn on sub-only mode. No, we're not going to turn on sub-only mode. We're not going to force everybody to sub. Monique? Oh, that is awful. Yeah, then that doesn't help. Yeah. If you had sub only, that works, but that comes with other problems. Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to force people to sub. I want to be able to chat with people without forcing them to sub. Well, I appreciate all the subs. I'm not going to force people to sub because, you know, people don't have the money to be subbing to every single channel out there. And I totally get that. I mean, I appreciate the subs we do get. But yeah, I'm not going to force people to sub in order to chat with us. So I'm not sure how well his little bottom got primed. It's hard to spray up his little butt. Ludo's so pretty. Thank you. Thank you. So for people who are much better at this than I am, the priming, is that just so the paint sticks better to it? I mean, I still did it. Like a big red panic button, yes. What? Wait. I think I missed this up. It's handy for mods to know where that option is just when it happens. Yes, definitely. Yeah, we do want to chat with everybody. Okay, so the paint sticks to the main. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Yeah, I don't know that his little fuzzy bottom got as primed as the rest of it, but it's okay. So, have you ever tried painting without priming? Does the paint just, like, run right off? Yeah, but see, he's already looking more like Ludo, right? I mean, look. He's already looking more Ludo-ish. Okay, wash gently with soap and water and let it dry, then spray with primer. See, I didn't wash it, so hopefully that didn't make a huge difference. I don't know. I just sprayed it. I took it out of the box, sprayed it. So this is part of the learning stream. Apparently, you're supposed to wash it before you prime it. Good to know. Well, this is what happens if you just spray it without washing it. I mean, luckily we haven't used this one like a lot. We've only played the game a couple times and it's just kind of been inside of a box. So hopefully okay that it didn't get washed before I sprayed it with primer. The prime also helps with the contrast painting. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, because like I did the, I'm gonna have to look at the word again, Zenithal priming technique. I don't know that you can actually tell at all. But I tried. I really want to call it the Zinfandel priming technique, but alright. Try to start going in with this second coat on here now. It's also so your colors will be more true to themselves. See, Joy, are you coming at this from the makeup perspective? Fills in any imperfections? I feel like you're coming at this from the makeup perspective. The plastic can leak oils. Oh, well, good to know. Learning something new. See, you're welcome, everybody. Learning stream. You're learning along with me. So many reasons for priming walls, faces, and minis. Nice. That's okay. The mini could have material or oil used to separate from molds. That's why the soapy water is advised to wash with soapy water. Okay, well, learning something new. I will definitely try that for the next time I prime something. Hopefully, like, because we've had this one sitting in a box for a few years. So hopefully, like, the oil has just managed to evaporate. I don't know. Does oil evaporate? I don't know. I don't know if oil would evaporate. But hopefully it did. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. If the end result is okay, then I won't be too concerned about it. Let's see. I feel like I'm probably gonna have to like touch up some of these areas when I start going in to other colors, but it's okay. Luckily, he doesn't really have that many other colors that he's gonna need on him. No. Okay. No, oil doesn't evaporate. Oh, well. We'll see what happens then. This is a fun learning opportunity. So, is there anybody else in here who has done miniature paintings? Other than, I think we've said, so James definitely has. Duchess was saying she had. Is there anybody else in here that I'm missing that had also? Time Roller, have you done mini paintings before? Because you seem to have some good tips for it as well. Oil. Wait a minute. No, it does not. You should be mostly okay, I think. Well, thank you. Thank you, James. Oil does at plastic melting temperatures. Oh, that's interesting. Plastic melting temperature seems like it would be very hot. Let's see. Ravnos says, I painted some minis, but wouldn't claim to have any helpful hints. Well, I mean, you've done more than me. This is my very first one. So, you are already ahead of me. If you've done some, that is more than my half of one. Oils in car or in kitchen cabinet do not evaporate. Okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Because, yeah, we've had some oils in our cabinet that, yeah, they don't evaporate. That makes sense. Painted some Mech versus Minions minis. How fun. There's so many fun minis out there. My only hint would be that washes are amazing. Okay, I do have a wash that I'm going to use once I finish with all of the base colors. So that is my my plan to try to do. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, thank you for saying I'm doing awesome. Thank you. I mean, color's going on there, so that's something, right? Only 80 left to do. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of minis. I've washed some and not washed others and not had too much trouble either way. Oh, that's good to know. Okay. I mean, I'll definitely try washing next time. But I mean, it seems like it's not doing anything bad yet, so that's good. Base layer, wash, dry brush, and highlight for fine touches. Okay, that, yeah, I think that is what I'm gonna try to do. We'll see how it works. I'm curious to see how this ends up turning out in the end. I am. I mean, I'm already happy just at the fact that there is color on Ludo, and he is not just gray anymore. Then varnish too. Yes, I did buy a spray varnish as well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to finally be doing this. I mean, it only took me, like, saying I would do it, you know, on a stream after we hit 200 followers. Because, I don't know why, I've got to give myself, like, motivation to actually do things like that. But hey, now I'm glad I did it. Just have fun and don't be afraid of mixing some colors. Thank you. Thank you, Wim. Yeah, I will probably try to do some mixing. I just, like, since this is my first time using any of these colors, I didn't even know what they would look like coming straight out of the little bottles. But I feel like the colors aren't too bad. And then also, from what I've, like, kind of watched, like, apparently doing washes will also darken the color as well. So, like, I'm curious to see how the color would change after adding a wash on top of this. We'll find out. Oh yeah, it's popping up in the chat with our Extra Life stuff. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, Drew, the other half of Tail Wagging Games, will still do a glitter beard. He was going to do a glitter beard at the end of our Extra Life stream if we reached 1,000, but now he has agreed to do it if we reach 1,000 by just the end of the year. So if anybody wants to see Drew with a glitter beard, feel free to help us help the kids over at the Children's Hospital of San Antonio. And we can make Drew with glitter beard happen. Washes go into the grooves most. Yeah, so it kind of accentuates the details, right? Most washes darken the color, so you don't have to wash everything or everywhere. Good to know. It does darken it. Okay. Yes. Drew gets a glitter beard. Hashtag. Drew gets a glitter beard. Yes. Yeah, I know there's some people who are very excited to see Drew with a glitter beard. Drew is not one of them, but he's willing to do it for the kids. So I feel like we've got a pretty good coat on you right now. I might try to start going in with some of the other colors on there. What do you think? He's at least brown now, right? It's a pretty good start. So go in with like that darker brown in the other areas, perhaps. Thank you. I mean, it's looking better than gray, right? Looking better than gray. James says, my nephew did a glitter beard. I would not do it, but good on Drew. Great for the children. Yeah, so, like, Drew in the past has said he would never do a glitter beard. But somebody mentioned glitter beard for our charity stream, and he begrudgingly agreed to it, so now we're holding him to it. So, yeah. He's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see. Try to get... So this is one of my kind of older brushes. I think it's not necessarily as good. So these other areas are smaller. I might switch to the smaller brush for the other areas. Make sure I got this cleaned out. Glitter forever, yes. Oh yeah, Drew. I'm really hoping we can get to the glitter beard. I think it would be amazing. I would love to see Drew in a glitter beard. Although I also am not looking forward to just glitter being all over our house for years to come after glitter beard, because I assume that's what would happen. It would just be glitter everywhere. Forever. Okay, so we're gonna try, I think, the oak brown. For the other darker areas. We'll see how this works. Step 1, glitter beard. Step 2, shave off everything and start over. Yeah. Yeah, that might be what happens. You're gonna have to move out. Yes. Yeah, it'll be like an infestation of glitter in our house. Take you through a car wash. Yeah. Oh, Duchess knows all the... Is Duchess a glitter queen? Yeah, see, I am not the sort of person who, like, has glitter everything. Like, I'm the sort of person who, like, when I open up a Christmas card and it's like, you know, some people send you Christmas cards that have, like, glitter on the front and then, like, glitter gets all in the envelope and you open it up and it's just, like, glitter spilling out everywhere and I'm just kind of like, why? Like, yes, it's pretty and shiny, but why? I always feel like those are just kind of, like, slightly evil. Okay. So it always says to, like, drip these things out before you put it on the palette, but every time I drip it out, it just looks like paint. Maybe I just do a really good job of shaking these things. I don't know. Note to self, Lydia wants a glitter package for Christmas. No, no, Joy. I do not want a glitter package for Christmas. Thank you, but no thank you. All right, I'll drip this over here. Drip it, drip it. Probably don't need... Whoop. That drippy might have been too much drippy. We'll see. Let's see. Let's see how this works. Some good old oak brown. Get some water. Hydrate your brush. Did someone say glitter? we have summoned Duchess. Yeah, we were talking about how if we can reach $1,000 for our extra life by the end of the year, Drew will do a glitter beard. So yeah, we were just talking about how most likely if we were to do that, we would be finding glitter everywhere for probably years. So Duchess, are you a glitter fiend? Do you love the glitter? Good thing about the paints is you can paint over them really easily if you don't like the result. That is good. That is very good. Glitter is the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah, it really is. I think I've heard it referred to as the herpes of the craft world. All right, let's see how this works. Let's see if we like this. This darker brown. So this would be his feet, his hands, his face, and his horn. Looks like. Well, and his ears. Are his ears that? Oh, his ears are kind of in between the two browns. I might mix the two for his ears. We'll see. We'll see. So for people who have done this before, so like for doing his face, should I try to like do the white of his eyes before doing the color on his face? Let's start with his hands. While I ask this. Or like when you're doing the whites, you just go back and forth and just try to keep adjusting it until it looks good. Details later. Okay. So you would say like the whites of the eyes and all that kind of for the end dish. Water that. That's a little too much. Except when it's hard to reach. Okay. Always do detail last. Okay. You can just put the white in first. Okay. So strange segue. Not glitter related, but confetti. My friends and I go to a few Devils hockey games a year, and for several years, every time we've gone, there has been one piece of confetti that's fallen from the rafters. Never learned what from, but yeah, that's a thing that happens. Okay. Okay. That is interesting. And does it always just happen like right where you're sitting? Just the one little piece of confetti comes for you? Maybe there's somebody up in the rafters who's like trying to get your attention and like dropping confetti on you. Then work out. Okay. So for his face, it might be good to just put like some dots of white in there for the eyes, and then work out from there. Maybe? Maybe? I don't know. I feel like you could just kind of go either which way. I don't know. Lacey is crying in my closet at the moment. Oh, she's crying at the door. Hold on. Let me let her out of my room. She's wanting out now. You want to leave? Okay. Okay. Thanks for visiting. Okay. She wanted to go venture off to her couch. Okay. Anyway, it's super reflective, so it's very nice. Oh, that's interesting. So the confetti just falls down. So they must do like some event with like, or did an event with like a confetti cannon or something. There's just some that's like just permanently stuck and then like slowly falls down. This brush that it came with is kind of raggedy. Eyes are hard. He's looking good though. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Wim says that with theirs, they mixed it a bit because some bits were hard to reach. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so I guess, you know, you just gotta find what works best for you. You know, depending on how the miniature is. Some, I guess, might be harder or easier depending what they are. Let's see. Eyes are the hardest part. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Keep your brush wet. Okay. I will try to keep my brush wet. Thank you, thank you. Gotta head out and get my son from school. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Duchess. Thanks for hanging out and for your tips. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the brush wet. Yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out, joining me for my first time painting one of these. Pretty fun. This is some interesting music that's playing now again. Like, I feel like this music goes from being, like, happy to being, like, kind of creepy. This music is reminding me of, like, Halloween stuff, though, which... I don't know. I keep seeing like more and more things being posted for fall and Halloween, and I know it's still early for any sort of fall and Halloween stuff, but you know, marketing companies like to bring that sort of stuff out earlier and earlier every single year. Like, I'm already starting to see stuff for like pumpkin flavored things already, which, I mean, I feel like I refuse to have anything pumpkin flavored until it starts getting at least a little bit cooler outside. Yeah, it still matches the Labyrinth. It really does. It really does. This music is very Labyrinth fitting. Yeah, like I love pumpkin flavored things. Like, I love those pumpkin spice lattes. Yep. Gotta keep sweat. But I refuse to drink any of them until it starts getting cold, because that is like how I celebrate fall officially getting here, like it actually being cold in fall. I refuse to have anything pumpkin flavored. That's it. That's the chat. Sorry. Yeah, that's just how I celebrate. I'm, you know, basic average white girl here. Like, I refuse to have anything pumpkin flavored until it gets cold outside. That's how I celebrate. Like, I love to just, you know, have the windows down in my car, actually feel like a cold breeze outside, and then, you know, have my pumpkin spice latte. But it's got to get cold, and it doesn't even start getting cold here till like maybe the end of October. We can have a pumpkin spice latte date and wear shirts that say it's fall. I'm down with that. But it has to be cold outside. It has to at least be like starting to get cold. There has to be a breeze where you can feel it getting cooler. That is my stipulation. Oh, good, James. I'm glad you like pumpkin flavor. I feel like it's a very polarizing flavor for people. Some people love their pumpkin and some people can't stand it. I'm a pumpkin person. I love me some pumpkin. I forgot to paint the inside of his leg. Go back and paint the inside of his leg. What is cold in Texas? Yeah, none of this pumpkin spice in 100-degree weather. Yeah. So for me, cold in Texas. So like today it says it's 95 outside right now. So for me, cold is like once it starts getting into 70-degree weathers. Like even if it's upper 70s, but if the high is like in the 70s, that to me is okay. Now I can have some pumpkin spice. That's kind of my area. I mean, when it starts getting like low 80s, I'm like, oh yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. But yeah, like I would say like once it hits a high of 79, then I'm like, okay, I can have my pumpkin spice now. I mean, I would prefer like lower 70s, but I'll take what I can get. So it's interesting how like this one, I feel like it's not like too different from the other color I was using, but it like you can still kind of tell. I think I did it thicker on one hand than the other. I'll definitely have to go back. Like 50 outside is comfy for me. Oh wow. Yeah, it's very rarely 50 outside here. So where are you at the whole card? I'm trying to remember where you're at. Yeah, we're in San Antonio. Yeah, so it's 50 is like if we're lucky. Jersey. Oh, okay. Yeah, if we're lucky, it might get to be 50 like around February. I mean, this past year was when we had our freak snowstorm in February. Yeah, it's definitely hot in San Antonio, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily mind the heat that much, but I wish it could be a little bit cooler here sometimes. Especially whenever it's supposed to be like fall or winter and it's still like 80, 90 degrees outside. It definitely makes it a little bit harder to actually like feel like those seasons, you know, like when you're wearing shorts during Christmas, it's hard to feel like it's very Christmassy. I'm contemplating if I want to try to attempt putting some white in his eyes before painting this. I don't know. I'm dreaming of sweater weather for Christmas. Yes, you and me both. You and me both. Yeah, I bought some cute little Christmas sweaters. I haven't been able to wear them yet. You mean? Like, for some reason, like, the past few years, I feel like it gets cold after Christmas. Like, February is, like, when it really gets cold. Like, January, February. So it makes it hard to wear any cute little Christmas sweaters or anything when it doesn't get cold until after Christmas is over. From here, I cannot see much white in his eye. I haven't put any white. Oh, or you're just saying, from the other picture? Yeah, he doesn't really have a lot of white in his eye. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm doing with that yet. I mean, even if I only put like the smallest little smidge. I don't even know if it's gonna be that noticeable. We know intuitively it's there, but paint what you see is my advice. Yeah. It's good advice. So for the base of the figure, what would be a good color? Do you typically leave your bases like a solid, normal looking color? You try to make it look like ground or something. I've seen like some things so that you can make it look like it's the ground, but this one, like, I don't know, the base doesn't look like it's ground looking. I don't know. Any suggestions for painting the base that the figure's standing on? Because I have no idea what I'm doing for that yet, other than just leaving it gray. Bases are tough. Don't do anything with them, but people can go all out. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I want to do for the base of this yet. I have no idea. Maybe, I mean, if anything, maybe just make it a darker color or something. I don't know. Don't know. And I feel like it's probably hard, like, I know I'm already getting, like, paint on the base, so I feel like I kind of want to maybe attempt to paint over it, just to kind of cover up what I'm dripping onto it. Sometimes paint it to match the player color or black. Okay, yeah. I mean, what would be a good color for a Ludo base? He's already got a lot of brown, so I feel like brown is just like... Unless it was a different shade of brown. But... Is that overkill? Is that too much brown? Paint it to look like grass. Yeah. They actually, when I was at the store the other day, she was showing me they actually have like this like faux terrain sort of stuff you can put on the bases that actually looks like grass and whatnot. Black is safe and you can always add glue and grass later. Yeah. You vote black. Okay. What color is the board? The mini will most likely be on top of. That is a good question. I'm trying to remember what color the board is. Of course, I put the board back in the box on the shelf. I feel like it's a darker colored board, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've actually played the game. Would you recommend to have it match with the board or contrast the board to actually stand out more? So I could definitely look and see what color the board was. There's a game. Yes, James. There's a game. That's where this came from. Yeah, so this is a mini from the Labyrinth board game. Which is not necessarily my favorite board game, but I love the mini. It has a lot of cute minis to it. I would think matching, so if it's green field, then green for the top of the base at least. Okay, okay. That makes sense. Yes. So here, I'll go grab the game in just a second too. Anybody who isn't aware, and I can check what color the board is in the game. Not looking too bad. And I am so sorry if I'm like painting this like way off screen. I keep looking up and like I'm holding it like up here, like. Yeah, sorry if I'm doing that. Let's see. Yeah, mini is great. Yeah, minis are the best. Only painted Warhammer figures, but not board game figures. Okay. yeah, so this is my first mini paint. So I've only painted board game figures so far. Well, just board game figure, the one. Because that's what we have. We have a ton of board games with a ton of figures. So I figured, why not start there? Let me look at the actual board game real quick. While I let that sit there for a second. Let's see. I have a Chaos Dwarf army since I have a friend who played dwarves already and space wolves. Wow, that sounds like fun. Okay, let me look at the board game for this. I haven't touched them in probably 15 years or so. Wow. Oh, wow. Let me see. Let me find the board game. I've got it sitting on the shelf up here. Open this door for it. Okay. So I'm doing doing surprisingly well for keeping Minnie mostly on camera. Thank you. I'm trying. Every time I look up, it seems like it's totally off camera. So I apologize if I'm doing that. Okay, let me, I'll switch over to this one just to show you. Okay, so for anybody who didn't know, this is the Labyrinth board game. It usually displays all the minis in here, but I took them all out because I am working on painting them. I actually primed them all at once, which of course, you know, without washing them. Why wash them? Okay, so I'm going to check Beyond Dead on the color of the board. Does this game have a board? Where's the board? It's been so long since I played this. Oh, the board's under everything. I forgot that we put the board apparently under the insert for this. Let's see. And since we had it like sitting on the shelf, like all these things fell out of the insert the way they're supposed to be. All right, let's check this board. Let's check this out. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the coloring is very like brown, green, earthy looking. Just a Dordershan? Under insert? I'm not sure what that is. Dordershan. I don't know what that is. No? But yeah, so there's the board. Lots of greens and browns and kind of very earthy colors, so board under insert. Yeah, the board was under the insert. Which I'm just gonna take it. Well, I guess it makes sense that the board was under the insert, so you could see the minis through the little clear plastic on the front of the box. Yeah, I'm like, never heard of a Dordershan before. Yeah, so probably stick with one of those kind of more earthy colors for the base then. Or just black. Black, of course. Classic color. Let's go back over here. There we go. So yeah, it does come from a board game. We haven't played the board game in years. I like it more as a decoration than anything else. Yeah, brown might be too matchy since it's mostly brown. Yeah, I agree. I think black might work. Either that or even like a darker green color or something, but yeah. I think black is a good classic color. Especially since it's mostly just used as a decoration than actually playing. we might play with it afterwards, but okay. I'm just gonna go in with the brown on his face for right now and then see how well I can paint on top of that. We'll see. Yeah. Possessed phone. Yep. No. No, Jay. I'm not painting with puppets. Especially since it's my very first time doing a mini painting. I feel like trying to do it with puppets would be a bit much. Let's see, unless you're going to do some basing for it. I know Citadel has some thick paint / clay mix type things for basing. Now from what I've seen, interesting. Yeah, then welcome to Love Meeples. Good to have you here. Puppet painting party, yeah. I mean, maybe if I can get good enough at it, I will attempt to paint with puppets, but I'm not to that level yet. I'd ruin your mini one easy step paint with a hand puppet. Yes. I mean, it was hard enough playing a game with a hand puppet on, which if anybody missed that, that is what we were doing last night. We were playing Santorini with hand puppets. Because why not, you know? Yeah, it was fun. A little insane, but fun. I don't know that I would ever recommend anybody do that, but you know what? If you're up for a challenge, you're wanting to make any game into a dexterity game, put a hand puppet on your hand. And voila, instant dexterity game. So Jay, have you done any mini painting before? I always find it interesting to see like who has or hasn't done this before. And if you haven't done it before, is it anything you would ever want to do? Because you know, like for me, like it's one of those things that I wanted to do forever. And finally getting around to it just now. Oh, and thank you, Joy, for doing the shout out for the Love Maples. Yes, if you are not already following them, they are amazing people. Doing some awesome board game streaming. So I feel like I definitely want to like lighten up some bits of it, but I feel like that's where kind of like the dry brushing and highlighting kind of step would come in to lighten up those bits, right? I feel like that's probably what I'm gonna attempt to do with this. Don't have the patience for painting them. Attempted to paint a broken token. Embarrassed to say I own some now. Yeah. Great. And it looks hard. Oh no! I wish I had the patience to paint. Yeah. I feel like painting a crate would be harder. Maybe not. I don't know. Diner discussion pod. Yeah, I guess it does take a little bit of patience. I've got patience for some sorts of paintings more than others. Like this one, like I'm finding this one to be fun, and I've always liked, hello everybody. Hello Beluga Bliss. Thanks for joining in. Are you gonna do a wash first, then dry brush? Yes, I think that's the order it's supposed to go in, right? As I've said before. First time doing this. So yeah, so I'm thinking this is my plan at the moment. After I get like the base colors down, I think I'm going to try to do a wash first, like this strong tone wash, and then try to do like a dry brush on top of that once it's dried up. From what I hear, like you're supposed to let that dry for a while, so probably gonna like not be streaming that, 'cause you don't want to sit here and just watch paint dry on a stream, right? But then after that, once it's dried, I'll probably try to do like a dry brush sort of thing on top of that to lighten it up again. Catch up with chat again. Okay, painting characters from one of my favorite movies. Oh, awesome! Beluga Bliss, yes! I love The Labyrinth. So yeah, that's... Even though the board game's not my favorite board game, I absolutely love the movie, and that's why I keep the board game around, and I've been desperately wanting to paint the minis from it forever, and Ludo is one of my favorite characters out of the whole movie. Yeah, I would love to know what everybody else's like favorite Labyrinth character is. Do you have a favorite Labyrinth character? if you are a Labyrinth fan. Smell bad. Yes, I love Ludo. Ludo's the best. Wash to make creases darker. Okay, yeah. My ADD makes painting hard. You should see me paint a wall. A little paint over here, a little paint over there. Wait, what was I doing? Oh, I kind of enjoy painting walls because I painted pretty much almost all the walls in our house. Drew helped with a lot of it, but I did most of it while he was at work. And I actually find it to be very relaxing and like therapeutic painting a wall. It's just kind of mindless. You know, you just fill in all the holes so there's not holes and you just keep going. And the only part I didn't like was when we had a power outage in the middle of me painting a room. And I had just literally painted like the entire room and I was standing in the middle of it. The power goes out and it was like nighttime. So I was just standing there like, okay, I can't feel the walls because the walls are all wet right now. And somewhere on the floor there's like paint and brushes and buckets of things. So I was just kind of like standing there like, I'm trapped. I can't move. So that was the only time I did not enjoy painting walls. I just kind of like stood there until the power came back on. Luckily it came back on like a few minutes later. And dry brush to hit the high levels. Okay, okay. Cool. So when you dry brush, do you usually do it like a lighter color? Or do you just kind of dry brush the color that it was before you did the wash? So I was contemplating trying to go into like a slightly lighter color, but is that more like for a highlight afterwards? Or could you just do all of the above? I don't know. The whole card has never seen the Labyrinth? Oh, well, you're missing out the whole card. Because Labyrinth is awesome. If you, well, I don't know what you like. But if you like Jim Henson stuff at all, if you like anything weird at all, I mean, it's weird, puppety Jim Henson-y, but also with real life. If you like, you know, David Bowie, you should watch it. It's amazing. It's got singing, it's got dancing, it's got, oh, thank you for the bits, Steiner Discussion Pod. Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. You should check it out. Let's see. Sorry. I'm apparently being very slow in chat. Never understood why she wouldn't just ask what's 2 + 2. That is very true. And in the doors where one always lies and the other one always tells the truth, that would have been a very good question. Yeah. That a medicine container? Yes, this is a medicine container. Yeah, I saw somebody else mention that you could use one, so I'm like, okay, cool, that's what I'm gonna do. I have those lying around the house. That's what we're using. So yeah, thank you. Ooh, favorite Labyrinth quote. Ooh, that's a good question. Favorite Labyrinth quote. Go back. Oh, I love the entire movie. Quoting the whole movie. Oh, that is a very good question. I don't know. Oh, thank you for the cheering. Thank you for cheering the bit. Trying to think of my favorite Labyrinth quote. I love, goodness, the whole thing. So we had once been to a Labyrinth kind of quote along sing along event at one of the Alamo Drafthouse movie theater over here, which that was a lot of fun. And like I just love like the music, like the magic dance song, and like all the songs in there. I love it. You know, just the whole movie. I can't pick just one quote. I want to quote the entire movie. All right, sorry, gotta catch up on chat again. Apparently I'm slow now. Thank you for lurking the whole card. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you hanging out. I would start with the original and then maybe go back with a lighter and... Oh, okay, with a lighter a little later if you want, and that way you can have it shaded with 4 colors easily. Okay, okay, that's a good way to do it, I think. I will try that. That's what you use. Cool. It's not a lot, but it's all I have. Oh, George Washington, maybe. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you again. Was it be or not to be? That is the question. A Labyrinth quote. No, I don't think that was a Labyrinth quote. Good try though, Love Meeples. Good try. You're all good. Thank you, Love Meeples. I am now all caught up. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, favorite Labyrinth quote. Yeah, let's see. See, you're the babe with the power. What power? The power of voodoo. Voodoo, you do. Do what? Remind me of the babe. You know, there's... The whole movie is amazing. Yeah, if you have not seen the movie, you're missing out. And that should be your homework assignment for this week. Go watch The Labyrinth. Because it's an amazing movie. I mean, but then again, I like weird movies. I like puppets, if you couldn't tell from my last stream where we were playing games with puppets, you know? I mean, I feel like you can't go wrong. I wish there were more movies done. Like, with either stop motion animation or puppets. Like, there's just so much work that goes into that, you know, it's impressive what people can do. Like, yeah, sure, the 3D animated stuff is impressive, but not as impressive as knowing that there's literally somebody, like, hand manipulating this thing that you're watching on the screen to be, like, a character doing something. It's cool. I find that to be extremely impressive. Like, for Ludo, there had to have been, like, somebody actually in this costume, right? Just, like, walking around, which I can't imagine, like, how heavy that must have been to walk around in, like, this giant Ludo costume. That, yeah. Impressive. There's a puppet void in... What is it? Utrecht Cinema? I do not know what that is. What is that? Does that mean that there's just like puppets that just come out somewhere? Have you watched any of Luna's stop motion board game stuff on YouTube? No, I can't say I have. I did not know that that was a thing. But now I feel like I need to go find that. Let's see. You might need to... James, you're in our Discord, aren't you? You could drop the link in the Discord, because I would love to check that out. If you have a link to that. Current. Thank you. Yeah, I would love to check that out. Thank you. And if anybody's not in our Discord that wants to be !Discord in the chat, we'll bring up the link if you would want to be in our Discord at all. So Diner Discussions Pod. What are you talking about? There's a puppet void. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm very curious about this now. There's a documentary of the making of the Labyrinth. Have I seen that? I don't know that I've seen. I think I've seen the making of the Dark Crystal. I think I saw something for that, but I don't know that I've seen the one for the Labyrinth. I will have to look into that. It's okay. I was just trying to figure out what you're talking about. Because anything with puppets in it, I'm curious about. And sometimes I just, I get easily confused by things. So you could be talking about something that I'm just like, oh yeah, of course you're talking about that. And I don't know. Let's see. Should I try to just paint this base? Maybe I'll throw some paint on this base while we're here. So I feel like I had this planned out like up to this point for the most part. I feel like I should probably try to throw some paint on the base now, right? Instead later. Should we do it a black base? So is this music like playing the same like kind of creepy music over and over again, or is this new creepy music? I can't tell. Let's see. Maybe I'll go ahead and try to paint the base here. Let's see, there's a matte black. I mean, we can always try it with matte black and then paint over it if we don't like that, right? I mean, black's probably a bit harder to paint over, but, you know, why not? Give it a try. So how is everybody doing today? Anybody else got anything fun going on today? People at work right now, or... And I keep like almost, I've got my mic right here, and I'm sorry if you can hear me as I almost bump my head on it multiple times. Waiting for work to be over. 40 more minutes. Oh, that's not too much longer. You're almost there. Let's see. I'll use you, I think. Yeah, well, hopefully anybody who is hanging out with me while you're working. First of all, thank you. Secondly, I hope your workday is going well. Hopefully there's nothing too crazy going on for you today. I think I'm going to attempt the black base. There were some people who had mentioned black base, so we're going to try the black base. What's the worst that could happen, right? Let's see. I think that works. Let's see. And it's Wednesday. I feel like I need to do something tonight, but I might have been watching you stream. Oh, okay, yeah. It is Wednesday. It is? Yes. Yes, it is Wednesday. What happened to the human tree redemption? Okay. So I took off the human treat redemption for right now, along with the animal treat redemptions, just because I didn't want to accidentally eat paint. Because I feel like that's something I would accidentally do somehow. I would have like paint on my fingers while eating something and end up eating paint. And I don't know how toxic or non-toxic these paints are. I just know I typically get paint all over my hands when I'm painting. So I'm just trying not to eat paint at the moment. Oh, I'm glad I could help you pass your tedious work day. Oh, well, it's been enjoyable having you here. I'm glad that so many people even showed up. I wasn't sure since you know, it's my first solo stream. I'm like, is everybody here for Drew? Am I gonna solo stream and then like nobody's gonna show up and I'm gonna be like, oh, this is sad. No, all the sugar didn't give me a stomachache. And then it probably didn't help that later that night I had even more sugar with some ice cream. I'm a bit of a sweet tooth. Oh, the Ask a Gamer Girl link in Discord. Thank you so much, James, for posting that in there. I am definitely going to check that out. Missed a chance to see you paint your first mini. Well, thank you, thank you. We've got lonely people, so you're the solo wagon games. Yes, very much so. I mean, Drew technically is still here. He's hanging out in the chat, and he's technically working in the other room, although he might have left already. I don't know if Drew's still there. He's got a piano lessons on Wednesdays, which I thought he said his lesson today was at 3:30, so he may have already run away to go to his piano lesson. I'll see if he responds at all, but yeah, he may have run away. It may be just the solo tail wagoner. I think he left his saddle. Yeah, okay. So he probably ran away to his piano lesson. I was telling him, like, yeah, surely I'm not going to stream, you know, I'll be done streaming by the time you leave for your piano lesson. No. Apparently painting takes me longer than I anticipated. Oh, you can't tag him. Okay, yeah, he's probably gone to his piano lesson. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said he had that at 3:30, so yeah, he's over there learning how to play his piano better. Yeah, which is fine. I mean, this gives me something to do while he's away at his piano lesson, which I am totally cool with. I find it interesting how, like, paints, when you first put them on, like, they seem really dark. Like, painting, like, the black on here, it's like, when it first goes on, it's like, oh, that's so dark. And then, like, it starts drying, and it's like, oh, now it's so light. Oh. Paints are funny, fickle little things, aren't they? But kind of fun. Okay, I thought I heard something. It's either an animal or Drew working on leaving for his piano lessons. Could be either one. Our animals make a lot of noise. How long has he been playing the piano? A new hobby picked up from the pandemic? No, he actually was working on playing the piano since before the pandemic started. So before the piano, he was actually working on playing the violin, which is how we re-met. Because he was taking... So, for anybody who doesn't know the story, so Drew and I initially dated in middle school. And went to 2 different high schools, broke up, you know, lived our own lives for a while. And then, you know, several years down the line, he ends up deciding he wants to take violin lessons. So he takes violin lessons with somebody who is one of my good friends at the church I was working at the time as a graphic designer. And she invited him to come to church and was mentioning that one of her students, she usually teaches like kids, but she had this one weird adult student that was taking violin lessons with her. And it's like, okay, cool. So she's like, yeah, I invited him to show up to church. Cool. All right, cool, whatever. And then so he showed up to church one Sunday morning and she was like, yeah, come meet my student. I'm like, okay, sure, I'll come meet your student. And then I met Drew, and, you know, I had dated him in middle school. So it's like, oh, wait, I know this random weird student of yours. Yeah, I used to date him. He was my first boyfriend back in 8th grade. So yeah, he was taking violin lessons at the time with her. And then he took violin lessons for actually quite a while. I want to say a couple years or so. And then he decided he wanted to switch over to piano lessons. So he's been doing the piano lessons now, because he started doing it before the pandemic. I want to say it's been maybe like 3 years of piano lessons. I feel like it's been a while. It feels like it hasn't been a while, but I know he also started before the pandemic. So like maybe about a year before the pandemic started. Let's see. Did you take before and after pics? I should have. I mean, there's pictures online of what it looked like before. That would have been smart. I did find some pictures of what they look like. Yeah, one weird adult student. Yeah, exactly. Ludo's looking good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm having fun doing this. And thank you, James, for all your helpful tips that helped encourage me to even start doing this in the first place. So I appreciate that. Appreciate you coming and hanging out. Yeah, there's definitely a few people who have, you know, helped kind of encourage and be like, yeah, you can do this. That's fine. Yeah. So James, you're one of those people. Thank you. Um. So, so another question for you pros out there. So would you wait to do like any of the details like after you do the wash? I'll get you a human treat, but not after. Okay, I'll get myself a human treat after this. Thank you. Yes, thanks, James, for being awesome. Thank you all for being awesome. I mean, y'all are hanging out here. Oh, okay, Beyond it. You'd wait to do the details after you do a wash. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. So what do y'all think? Like, at this wash tends to go all over. Okay, so at this point, you think this is like a good point to kind of stop and try to do a wash from here? You could have a fork accessible and eat your Sour Patch Kids safely. I mean, that's true. That is true. Unfortunately, Drew took them out of the room. I'm pretty sure he was probably snacking on them all night. I don't know where he put them. Like, I bought them expecting them to last like multiple streams, but I don't know that they will. With the fork. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So when you're doing a wash, I'm assuming you probably need to like let this dry before putting a wash over it. But it seems like it's drying pretty fast. Like, how long would you let this sit and dry before like trying to apply a wash? Would you give it a little bit of time and not rush it? Or would you just wait until you don't like see any shiny spots and be like, yeah, that's good. I mean, that's kind of what I'm wanting to do right now. Like, there's only like a couple little like wet looking spots from where I just painted, but everything else like looks like it's pretty dry. I want to touch it. I'm touching it. Feels pretty dry. Like I have a, yeah, the paint dries pretty fast. If it feels such looks good, go for it. Okay, yeah, there's like one little spot on the base that looks like it's still drying, but it's drying up pretty quickly. So I may just start trying to go in with some of this wash. You know, why not? YOLO. Because it seems to be drying pretty fast. That's pretty cool. Yeah. If it does if you put on thin layers. Oh, it does dry fast if you put on thin layers. Yeah. So that's what I've been trying to do. So yeah, it seems like it's getting pretty dry. So maybe I'll start trying to do the wash. So the wash, I'm assuming, takes a lot longer to dry. So we might just go for, you know, applying the wash, and then letting that do its thing. But I'm pretty excited with how this is turning out so far. So yeah, thank you all for hanging out with me. Hopefully somebody else out there is inspired now to attempt their own mini painting at some point. Let's see. So the wash, where was that one? Okay, the strong tone. Here we go. So for the wash, you pretty much just like kind of just slather it on, right? Is there any right or wrong way to put a wash on? I feel like I don't really need to shake this one as much. This one just already feels like so much more liquidy than the other paints, but I'll shake it up anyway. Let's see, we'll use the bigger brush, I think, again. Wash is mostly liquid. Yeah, it's definitely feeling very liquidy. Alright, so we'll just put some of this on and see what happens, right? spot dry? Looks pretty dry. And I'll start at the top and work my way down, since that was the last bit I painted, was at the very bottom there, I think. We'll see what happens. And then I'll probably have that be, you know, what I do for today while I let this dry, because I have a feeling the wash is going to take a little bit longer to dry than anything else. So let's start. Ooh, yeah. Slather that in there. Like, it's already like going in the crevices and everything. Look how cool! How fun is that? Oh. Huh. That's already looking cool. Love it. Look at that. Just going in all those little cracks and just like accentuating his fur. Got some nice fur there, Ludo. Yeah, wash is like magic, getting details. Yeah, I'm already really excited about this. Oh, I'm just gonna do it all over you. Might need a little more in here. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. So, appreciate all the tips, all the people hanging out. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how painting the rest of these characters are gonna go. Since there's still more characters to paint from, I'm not sure who I'm gonna do next. Ludo definitely seemed like he was gonna be the easiest. With all of his brown everywhere. Oh, there's still, let's see, what are the characters? There's Hoggle, there's the, Sarah, and got the Goblin King, Gareth over there. It's Sir Didymus. Yeah, I'm not sure who would be the next easiest one to paint out of all of them. Does anybody have any recommendations for which one I should try to do next? I feel like the wash is fun. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right, but you know, I'm just kind of slathering this on him. And just enjoying what's happening. Yeah. Let it kind of do its own thing. Curious to see what this looks like once it all dries on there. I mean, he's very shiny right now. But like, you can already kind of see that like it's kind of going in, accentuating his fur a bit. So I'm curious to see what this looks like, you know, once it dries and isn't quite so shiny anymore. Curious to see if it like lightens up at all. Yeah. But so here, you know, this is where we're at so far. He's pretty dark. I'll go back in and lighten up, you know, like his face and some of the other bits, definitely. Add some more details in there, but I mean, it's already starting to look a lot better than just being gray. So yeah, I think I'll go ahead and let this dry because I'm assuming it might need to dry for a little bit. So I'll probably pause it there for right now while it dries. I mean, I've already been painting it for like 2 hours anyway. Wow. Time flies. Time flies when you're painting things. Yeah, so thanks everybody for hanging out. Yeah, I might attempt to stream me painting the rest of it. Good start. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll definitely let that dry, I think, before I get to anything else. Welcome back from Lurking Diner. I did have fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to trying to do more painting, so this was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this, and I look forward to seeing what else I can do with some of these. I will check out the stop motion videos. Yes, thank you for reminding me. I will check those out. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, so thanks so much everybody for hanging out with me on my very first solo stream and very first miniature painting. Yeah, it's not done yet, but I feel like it's a good start so far. I'm liking where it's going. We're gonna let it dry and see what we can do from there. Thanks for distracting me from work. You're welcome. Glad to help. Have you ever bought a game just for the minis? Well, this one I pretty much bought just for the minis. I was hopeful that the game itself would be good. Definitely not one of my favorite games. But since it had the little window that you could see the minis in there, and like you could see like this cute little Ludo just staring at you through the box, I'm just like, yeah, I'm getting this game because the Labyrinth and Labyrinth minis, yes. So yeah, this is definitely a game I bought pretty much just for the minis. Get to see it Friday, maybe. Ooh, maybe. If I finish it up. Because Friday we're doing, so our next stream, Friday, is a play-along of Railroad Inc. with the arcade expansion. We'll be doing that at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. Yeah, so if anybody wants to play along with us, yeah. I might try to finish this up before then and show off the end results on that stream. Probably post some pictures in our Discord as well for anybody who's interested in seeing how this turns out. Let's see. Bought a freezer gallon bag of miniatures for $1 last week. That is awesome. Was that like at a garage sale or something? Or where did you manage to find that? I've got a few just for minis. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely... I'm not sure if there's any others I bought mainly just for the minis. But this one for sure, especially since Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies. Like, I had to get it for the minis. Yeah, most other games I get because I actually want to play the game. This one I was curious about the game. Wasn't a huge fan. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out so far. Thrift store, there you go. Thrift stores are awesome. I need to go to another thrift store at some point soon. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. Yeah, hopefully we'll see some of y'all on Friday for our play along stream. And then after that, we will be having another stream on Tuesday without puppets this time. Tuesday at 4:30 Central will be our next teach and play. Still need to figure out what we're doing for that one. Might try to do like Kabuto Sumo or something. That one was a fun one. But still figuring that one out. Let's see who's on right now. I'm not usually, you know, streaming this early, so I don't know who's on it this time. Let's see. Oh, let's see. We've got the losers are on. So the losers typically raid us, and we haven't had a chance to raid Losapalooza yet, so I feel like we should give them a raid. Especially since it was Dave's birthday yesterday. So, yeah. Let's give them a raid. So thanks again, everybody, for being here. Be sure to give the losers some love over on their channel. We're going to go ahead and raid them. You all have been amazing. You made this an amazing first solo stream. Thank you all so much. And let's see. Let me get that raid going. Let's see. Why am I seeing them on here twice? That's kind of weird. We'll go with this one. It's kind of weird that I'm seeing them on here twice. Okay. This should be them. Okay, that should be right. Okay, get the raid going. Here we go. Yeah, so give them some love. Thank you all so much for being here. You all are amazing. And hopefully we can do this again sometime. See y'all later. Have a great day.